So our main character immediately sues his wife for divorce just because she gave her assistant a lingering look. When she gets the summons, she is absolutely furious. She thinks he's just overreacting, but at their company's massive IPO launch event, she pulls a total villain move. She literally announces that thanks to her assistant, Chen Zhe, the company went public and she is giving him 20% of her shares. No longer boss and employee, but close partners. Talk about ultimate disrespect. The crowd instantly goes wild. As applause thunders, the assistant starts crying, and Gu Ruyan gently wipes his tears. That is the exact moment Song-mo realizes his marriage is dead. With just 2 sentences, she completely erased his 10 years of hard work. The disrespect is unreal, guys. Since she is throwing him away, Song-mo pulls out his phone and cancels his scheduled surgery without hesitation. He calls a number he knows by heart, asking if their old partnership offer is still valid. He wants full management control. The caller agrees instantly. 50% is totally fine, as long as they can get a genius like him on board. They even joke they would go through fire and water for him, wondering why he suddenly changed his mind after 10 years. Song-mo tells them to stop asking questions, grabs his keys, and drives straight to the law firm to print the papers. He walks back home right after his wife. She immediately spots yesterday's unwashed dress on the sofa and frowns. No dinner is cooked either. She asks if he's feeling sick, but Song-mo just stares at his phone. Gu Ruyan tosses a small box on the table and orders him to get cooking. She needs extra portions for the office. She explains they have to work overtime, and since Chenzi is with her, she cannot let her employees starve. By day, he was the brilliant manager who built her empire. By night, he was a servant laundry boy. He put up with her princess attitude for 10 whole years, but looking at her now, he is completely done. Song-mo just scoffs. He calmly tells her he is not cooking and asks why she needs food when she already ate. Gu Ruyan's face instantly drops. She snaps, asking why she has to come home to his cold face after working all day. She yells, asking if she owes him something, pointing out she even brought him an anniversary gift. She complains he never understands her struggles. Song-mo looks down and opens the gift box, finding a tiny brooch. It is pitifully small. Just then, Song-mo scrolls past an ad for that exact brand on his phone. Turns out it is just a free promotional gift. It is honestly so insulting. Caught in her lie, she tries to play it cool. She claims she searched everywhere for something subtle, telling him to stop making a scene. Suddenly, his phone alarm goes off. He grabs a handful of pills and swallows them, making her panic. She snatches the bottle, saying he cannot take meds before surgery. Seeing the look in his eyes, she actually softens her voice, promising to buy him a better gift. She pleads with him, reminding him they are supposed to be trying for a baby, but Song-mo just places the divorce papers on the table. He tells her to sign whenever she has time, adding that he is done playing maid for her precious little assistant. He suggests she just hire him a full-time nanny. Gu Ruyan's face turns incredibly dark as she slams her hands down and stands up. She demands to know if he is insane. Divorce? Just because she looked at Chen Zhe? He is literally just her assistant. She even points out that Song-mo was the one who hired him, so if they had anything going on, it would have happened years ago. She begs him to stop making a childish scene. Then she sighs with condescending pity, blaming his medical condition for his mood. She tells him not to push it, stepping right onto his clean carpet with dirty heels, leaving massive black marks. Sung-mo automatically goes to warn her, but stops himself. He just smiles bitterly at how she has always treated his effort like garbage. But since he is finally leaving, none of this is his problem anymore. He looks up and calmly agrees that yes, it is exactly because of that look. He reminds her that before they married, he made it clear he would never tolerate betrayal, and she is completely changed. He tells her there is absolutely no point in continuing. As she is about to explode in anger, Song-mo quietly adds that he canceled his surgery. He tells her to relax because he is stepping aside so she does not have to choose. He will not even touch her company shares. He tells her to just sign the papers and mail them. Without waiting for her response, he turns his back. Song-mo walks right past her. Gu Ruyan screams like a maniac, yelling that if he dares to leave today, he can never return. Song-mo just smiles. For 10 years, she used that exact threat to control him, forcing him to bow his head and apologize over and over. She honestly thinks he is going to turn around like a loyal dog, but instead his steps speed up. Walking away is the easiest choice. Getting a divorce over a single glance sounds absolutely wild, but Song-mo knows exactly what that look meant. That used to be their little secret. Back when they first met, he was just a broke student trying to survive, constantly getting bullied by his classmates. But then, Gu Ruyan transferred to his school. She was absolutely stunning and instantly became the center of attention, with everyone warning her to stay away. They kept calling Song-mo the son of a mistress who was born cheap, but Gu Ruyan stayed quiet, her gaze just growing incredibly deep. But she stared, and things got worse. When swapping seats, the entire class completely isolated him. Absolutely nobody wanted to be his desk partner, even going as far as throwing his desk right by the trash. But then, Gu Ruyan stood up. She chose to sit right next to him. She kept trying to get close, but his self-doubt made him back away. He kept running from her, but this girl was relentless and literally chased him home, only for his abusive dad to break her leg. While he was on sick leave, she brought his homework over, only to walk straight into his parents having a massive, screaming fight. Turns out his mother was the original wife, but the dad drained her dowry, stole all her money, and forced a divorce. To force his mother out, the trash dad paraded the mistress around, making his own wife look like the villain. They even lived right downstairs. Every single time the dad saw her, he would head home and brutally beat Song-mo. Honestly, this backstory is low-key heartbreaking. His mother ran out in the pouring rain to get him medicine, only to get killed by a truck. The dad literally celebrated and brought his mistress home. Because he was home, they could only exchange creepy, secret glances that made the skin on his body crawl every single day. On his 18th birthday, the dad tried to lock him inside. Song-mo smashed a bottle over his head and ran, bumping into Gu Ruyan, who was bringing his homework. The madman cornered them in an alley. Just as the blade swung down, Gu Ruyan jumped in, no hesitation. With the police and ambulance on the way, she lay there with a shattered shoulder, bones showing, smiling, and saying he was finally safe. She passed out right after, and they officially became a couple once she woke up. Song-mo cried, holding her bandaged shoulder, knowing she truly loved him. He told her he could read hearts through eyes, and if her gaze ever changed, he would leave. Gu Ruyan just smiled and gently patted his head. A complete lie. She promised that day would never come, but that promise did not age well. After that night, all the bullying completely stopped. Everyone became super nice, and Gu Ruyan walked around proud, showing him off like a happy peacock. She kept bragging, telling him he was incredibly charming and that everyone was bound to love him. She promised nobody would ever hoot him again, slowly pulling him out of the darkness and helping him stand proud under the sun. A month later, he saw her in an alley. She was absolutely obliterating some random thug who tried to mess with him. She was screaming at the thug for daring to touch her man. It was the first time Song-mo realized just how fierce she could be. But now, those warm memories are completely gone. He took 3 days off to rest, and his wife did not even send him a single text. Meanwhile, the company group chat was blowing up with rumors about assistant Chenzei becoming a shareholder and possibly marrying the boss. Everyone was gossiping about how the CEO always calls him into her office. Like, what are they even doing in there? They said to start calling him Director Chen. But what about Manager Song? Didn't he also have a huge crush on the boss? They joked that no woman wants a boring husband. Honestly, Song-mo realized she only wanted a secret marriage to make her eventual exit easier. On the 4th day, Song-mo went back to work and handed in his resignation. The HR manager looked completely stunned. He asked if President Gu knew about this, saying he did not dare approve it since Song-mo was a true company veteran. Suddenly, a coworker sneered from the doorway, saying there was no point in staying when he had no face left anyway. They claimed every deal Song-mo worked on was actually finalized by Chenzei, so he was basically just a useless freeloader. They bragged that Chenzei got the company listed, while calling Song-mo a useless piece of trash who did absolutely nothing. But those were actually projects Song-mo worked on day and night, only for his wife to hand them to Chenzei at the last second. Song-mo just smiled. He told them they were absolutely right, which is why he was leaving. He politely asked them to make way, sarcastically wishing the company a glorious future under the new leadership of Chenzei. This guy is mad petty. The coworker got furious, telling Song-mo that now Chen-zae is in charge, he is absolutely nothing. The angry coworker actually tried to throw hands, but the others held him back, telling him not to waste time. They mocked him for being a single loser who couldn't keep a job or a woman. Talk about absolute toxic energy, guys. Song-mo ignored them and stepped inside. As the elevator doors closed, he collapsed. 10 seconds later, he stood back up, put on his professional face, and marched straight into the office where Chen-zae was casually eating chips. The young assistant called him brother-in-law, since he was the only employee in the company who knew about their secret marriage. Gu Ruyan claimed this would make scheduling work easier, but it only made it easier for this kid to disrespect him. Looking at the crumbs on the sofa, Song-mo felt sick. Back then, he couldn't even drink coffee in here because she was afraid he would dirty the place. She used to complain he would dirty her precious carpet or ruin the company's image, but with Chen-zae, there were zero rules. The moment she saw Song-mo, her face turned cold, demanding he go back outside and knock properly like a stranger. Chen-zae plays the victim on the floor, begging Gu Ruyan not to be mad because his brother-in-law was just anxious. He adds they are family, and kicking him out looks bad to the staff. Song-mo just shoots him a freezing glare. Asking since when does he get a say here? Chen-zae's smug grin instantly freezes as fake tears stream down his face. He babbles about how he shouldn't have upset his brother-in-law and pretends to leave, but Gu Ruyan grabs his wrist and tells him to stop. She demands he stay right there, then smugly looks at Song-mo, asking if he finally realizes he is in the wrong. Thinking he's there to beg, she says it's too late, but Song-mo clutches his papers, refusing to show weakness in front of the homewrecker. So he lies and says he's only there for the divorce. Hearing this, Chen-zae's face drops and he quickly grabs Song-mo's shoulder. But playing innocent, Chen-zae begs him not to divorce because of him, offering to apologize or even resign if that's what it takes. He begs them not to ruin their marriage over him, which completely snaps the last thread of Gu Ruyan's patience. She snaps at Song-mo, repeating she has nothing with Chen-zae. If he wants a divorce, fine, but he better not regret it. She demands he hand over all his projects to Chen-zae and return his bonus. Song-mo stares back, his eyes red with absolute disbelief. Those were his hard-earned projects from countless sleepless nights. But Gu Ruyan doesn't even look at him, turning her back in annoyance. Seizing the moment, Chen-zae literally slams his head into the desk corner, bleeding instantly while crying that he doesn't want any projects. He whimpers that he will leave the company right now, begging Song-mo not to put President Gu in a tough spot. Before Song-mo can react, Gu Ruyan helps her darling up. Then, smack, she slaps Song-mo across the face. She screams that Chen-zae already apologized and accuses Song-mo of forgetting his place before snatching the papers to sign. The resignation letter lands on top of the divorce papers. Without even looking, she coldly signs both documents in 3 places. She walks away, holding Chen-zae, leaving Song-mo completely alone. He quietly wipes the tears from his face as she walks out. He heads straight to the airport. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Gu Ruyan feels a sudden wave of anxiety after treating Chen-zae's injury. She knows how much that major project meant to Song-mo and only threatened to replace him because she was sure he wouldn't leave. It was all a bluff to stop the divorce, but she impulsively signed anyway. She finally texts him, claiming the project has issues. She tells him to meet her, but boom, a red exclamation mark. He blocked her. Then her assistant calls in a panic. Every single major project has been stolen by a competitor, using their exact blueprints and proposals. This is actually crazy, guys. The rival company even knows their secret bidding prices. Gu Ruyan freezes in the hospital corridor, her heart completely stopping. She loses it, screaming how an outsider could possibly know their classified bidding data and demanding to know who screwed up. She barks that Song-mo is in charge of the project and orders them to find him immediately instead of wasting her time. The terrified employee stammers that after she left the office, Song-mo walked out too and never came back. When the assistant hesitates, she snaps at him to spit it out. He finally confesses that Song-mo has officially left. He resigned and is completely washing his hands of the company. She freezes, yelling about who dared to approve his departure without her signature. But the assistant reminds her that she already signed the resignation letter. At that moment, her entire world completely stops. Her mind flashes back to the office. She realized she signed 3 times on what she thought were just divorce papers.
A standard divorce only needs 2 copies, meaning she fell for his trap and signed his resignation without even looking.
Ripping her hair out in frustration, she orders them to investigate the rival company and look for any internal leaks.
Threatening to fire the assistant if they fail, she slams the phone down, more panicked than she's ever been in 10 years. In the past, Song-mo was always by her side to handle crises together and easily solve any issue.
But now she's totally alone, drowning in pure exhaustion. Honestly, it serves her right after how she treated him. Losing all her projects means 10 years of hard work just went down the drain, and her company is facing total ruin. If she can't find a way out, this is game over. Absolute ruin. She wants to scream and tear everything apart. But as she's about to lose her mind, a passing nurse shoots her a cold look, halting her mid-breakdown. The nurse warns her to keep it down, reminding her that making a scene in a hospital is strictly forbidden. Pointing at the warning sign, the nurse walks away. Gu Ruyan takes a deep breath, trying to calm her racing thoughts. Her mind is filled with their office fight. In her head, she thinks it was just a minor argument, so why overreact? After all, Song-mo practically built those projects from scratch, so surely he wouldn't just watch them burn down, right? Even if they divorce, she tells herself he is still part of the company and should help her. With her frustration slightly easing up, she takes out her phone to send Song-mo another message, desperately hoping he answers. Are you home? No need to rush. You can stay until you find a place. The house is, after all, half yours anyway. She apologizes for being too impulsive, claiming she didn't mean anything else. She claims Zhou Feng is just her assistant, and siding with her husband over him makes the staff lose faith. She asks him to call back about the company emergency. She pleads for him to call so they can talk things over. With her heart in her throat, she trembles and hits send. But then, a screen notification pops up. A red exclamation mark pops up. Song-mo actually blocked her. Gu Ruyan completely freezes, her blood running cold. It is just a divorce, right? The company they built together is still standing, making them business partners. Does he really have to be this ruthless? Her eyes turn red, and just as she tries to call him, the door flies open. In walks the assistant, Zhou Feng, clutching his bandaged forehead with the most pathetic puppy dog eyes. He whimpers that he is fine, asking if her husband has cooled down. This absolute green tea assistant even offers to go apologize for causing trouble. He says divorce is a big deal, and her husband was probably just venting. Gu Ruyan takes a deep breath to calm down. She calmly tells him their project was stolen because the competitor knew their exact bid. Zhou Feng instantly freezes, panic flashing in his eyes before he quickly masks it. He quickly acts outraged, gasping how this is possible when only he and her husband handled the files. He trails off, sneaking a glance at her face. Seeing her blank expression, he playfully sticks his tongue out as if he just made a silly mistake.
He backpedals, saying her husband worked too hard on this to ever leak it to outsiders.
He wonders if her husband is just acting out to spite her, suggesting he go explain everything. What a joke. He claims he cannot let the company suffer because of him. Classic green tea behavior, pretending to help while subtly framing Song-mo. But this time, Gu Ruyan is not buying his pathetic acting. Her face turns cold, her lips pressing into a thin line. She coldly tells him she will investigate this herself, ordering him to stay home and rest since he is injured. She tells him not to come to the office. Glancing at his bandaged forehead, Gu Ruyan heads straight for the elevator, her mind a complete mess. Sure, she had a tiny crush on Zhou Feng, but she never wanted to ruin her marriage or her bond with Song-mo. Honestly, she is pretty proud and absolutely despises cheaters. She swore at her wedding she would never betray him. She wanted to keep that promise, so she actively avoided Zhou Feng, even feeling deeply ashamed of her attraction. But Song-mo saw right through her. All her recent anger and outbursts at him were actually just her trying to hide her guilt.
Deep down, she always knew Song-mo was her actual husband, and that Zhou Feng was merely an assistant.
Zhou Feng was just a passerby in her life. When it came down to it, she trusted her husband of 10 years way more. She needs to find Song-mo right now to get answers. She rushes to her car, so desperate that she doesn't even notice her surroundings. Zhou Feng trying to grab her door handle before she speeds off, leaving him in the dust. Gu Ruyan speeds all the way home, but when she bursts inside, the massive house is completely empty. Their wedding photo on the wall is gone. Even the little matching ornaments they painted together while dating have vanished without a trace. It is as if he never existed. Honestly, she cannot believe Sangmo actually went through with this. She always thought his threats of divorce were just a childish way to get her attention. Since she never technically cheated on him, she thought she was safe. Panicking, she tears the house apart. She searches the bedroom, their home office, the terrace, but absolutely everything belonging to Sangmo is gone. Her entire world suddenly loses all its color, turning into a cold, silent void of black and white. It is actually heartbreaking. In this moment, she finally realizes Sangmo is truly gone. The only light in her life has officially burned out. She collapses onto the floor, staring blankly as the setting sun casts a long, lonely shadow over her. Then, amidst the silence, she spots a document on the table. It is a set of divorce papers. This is the absolute only thing he left behind for her. Her hand drops as she looks around the empty house, memories of him flashing before her eyes. The sofa they used to share, the kitchen where they cooked together, the balcony filled with flowers he planted just for her. All those memories flood back, completely crushing her. She notices the calendar is still flipped to their anniversary. Sitting right under it is an unopened gift box. It was the anniversary present Sangmo painstakingly made for. He always spent an entire month crafting her gifts, and her, she just threw him a cheap, random brooch she grabbed off Zhao Feng's desk. She never appreciated his devotion, treating his endless love as a given while she selfishly enjoyed it all. She forgot that he was struggling in silence too. A vivid memory hits her of him working at 3 a.m. She can still picture him hunched over his desk, working tirelessly, and back then, she just ignored him. She blamed him for not working hard, but forgot that after work, his entire focus was on taking care of her. He spent every second doing laundry and cooking her dinner, leaving zero time for himself. Now, her tears finally splash onto the floor. She's drowning in regret, wishing she never signed those papers. But as she rushes out to find Sangmo, her phone suddenly rings. Her assistant reports that an overseas rival just stole their project. Turns out the big boss is a guy named Lu. He went to the exact same college. Gu Ruyan freezes as she realizes who it is. Lu Yao. It's him. The assistant asks if they have history, since this rival has never touched domestic business before. Somehow, he obtained their confidential files, hinting at a mole. As she seethes over their history, a bitter memory resurfaces. She laughs in sheer disbelief. 10 years, and this guy still hasn't given up. Back in college, Lu Yao was her roommate who fell for Sangmo. Even before she could confess her feelings to Sangmo, Lu Yao declared they'd have a fair fight. Furious, she blew her entire monthly allowance on 99 red roses for a massive public confession, making them the school's star couple. She honestly thought that grand gesture would make Lu Yao back off. But right after graduation, she caught him cornering Sangmo all alone. Lu Yao told Sangmo that if she ever messed up, he'd gladly take her place. That threat haunted her for months. She only relaxed when Lu Yao went abroad. But now he's back. Connecting his return to Sangmo's sudden demand for a divorce? Everything clicks. Fuming with rage, she calls Lu Yao directly, demanding to know if he's behind the divorce. She warns him not to cross the line by ruining her marriage. "You are literally home-wrecking," she yells, calling him out for having some serious nerve after 10 years. But Lu Yao is built different, totally unfazed and laughing it off, thanking her for the compliment. Then he drops the ultimate line. "Haven't you heard that the unloved one is the real third wheel?" Honestly, he's actually thanking her. If she hadn't treated Sangmo like trash, Sangmo would have never reached out to him. After a tense, suffocating silence, Lu Yao drops a truth bomb, saying he gave her a fair chance to treat him right. She's the one who failed Sangmo, so she can't blame anyone else. Sangmo deserves the absolute best. And she simply doesn't deserve him. The line goes dead, leaving her in a pitch-black room, suffocating from her own racing heartbeat. She's in absolute denial that Sangmo really left her. Seeing him run to Lu Yao is low-key heartbreaking. With her sanity completely shattered by old memories, she walks to the fridge. She chugs down the alcohol to numb the pain. Drunk, she instinctively calls out for her husband, but no one is there to hold her.
The next morning, a client calls to cancel, saying a rival offered the exact same proposal for 30% cheaper.
Before she could even argue, they hang up. Then, boom, one business partner after another calls in to cancel.
Everyone is backing out. The only client willing to negotiate says they'll only stay if Song Mo runs the project, but she has no clue where he is.
Her company is literally falling apart overnight, and she is completely helpless. She thought she had a week to fix this, but after 10 brutal phone calls, she realizes Lu Yao is playing chess. This is his ultimate revenge. Panicked, she rushes to get ready and speeds over to the office, only to walk right into her employees gossiping about how the company is ruined now that Song Mo is gone. Some toxic employees are actually calling Song Mo a useless gold digger with zero talent. They're claiming it's just a coincidence and that Assistant Zhou will save the day once he gets back from vacation. They're literally talking smack, saying Zhou Feng is the real backbone of the company while Song Mo is totally useless. Hearing them trash her husband makes Gu Ruyan seethe. No wonder Song Mo always looked so exhausted at home, yet he never complained once. He quietly took all their abuse just to protect her peace of mind. When the trash talk peaks, Gu Ruyan finally snaps and bursts in, asking if they really want to know what Song Mo is capable of. She drops the bomb. He is her husband and the sole brain behind every single successful project. He literally built this entire company from scratch. She warns them that if anyone talks trash again, they are fired on the spot. Everyone goes dead silent, turning pale in instant regret. But the second she walks out, the office chat goes wild. They are losing their minds over the secret marriage, terrified that they're going to get fired for insulting the real boss. And then it hits them. That means Xiao Feng was just a pathetic homewrecker, bragging for nothing. With just one sentence, Gu Ruyan completely ruins Zhou Feng's career, leaving him getting absolutely roasted in the company group chats. Basically, Gu Ruyan is in full regret mode now. Her only goal is finding Song Mo. After a night of cooling down, she finally realizes. They are way more than just husband and wife. Loving him has literally become a habit she cannot break. And this exact habit is what killed the romance. Honestly, she knows this is all her fault, but she will pay any price to make it up to him. But guess what? His inbox is completely dead. Every single call goes straight to voicemail. Thankfully, Lu Yao's words give her one last clue. She sends her team to track him down while she personally goes door to door, begging her old business partners. At this point, she cannot lose this project. But right at the very first company, security stops her cold in the lobby. They lie and say the boss is out of the office. Meanwhile, the karma train hits her hard because two major banks are already demanding they repay all their loans within 3 days. She rushes to the second partner, but gets thrown out. The assistant literally sweeps her out the door. To make matters worse, she finds out someone slashed her tires. With no other choice, she walks to the third company under a sudden freezing downpour. Completely soaked, she gets booted by security again for looking messy and not having an appointment. Talk about a total disaster! Now 5 different banks have issued their absolute final ultimatums to her. She is walking through the rain in pure despair, but finally we get a tiny bit of good news. Her team actually tracks down Song Mo. Turns out he just bought a whole office building to start his own company. When she finds him, he is confidently talking with the design crew. Seeing him so focused makes her fall for him all over again. Honestly, she forgot how handsome her husband is. The happiness was always there, but she was just too blind to see it. Sensing a heavy gaze, Song Mo turns around and spots her. He instantly frowns and quickly wraps things up with the manager. He heads downstairs where Gu Ruyan has been waiting for hours without complaining. She quickly hands him a coffee. Pleadingly, she tells him it is his favorite iced latte, apologizing for being so impulsive before and begging for another chance. She even offers him full control of her entire company while she works as his employee, hoping to prove her sincerity. But Song Moy is built different. He hands the cup right back, saying his stomach cannot handle iced drinks anymore. He tells her to self-reflect instead of blaming others, and bluntly states he does not care about her company at all. Why? Because he's about to launch his own. This absolutely shatters her. Wait, what does he mean by that? Is he talking about Zhao Feng? Remembering that assistant's smug face, she desperately calls him once, then twice. No answer. Her face instantly drops. Honestly, Song-mo has zero time for her drama and turns to leave.
But she grabs his wrist, begging for a chance to explain. She claims agreeing to the divorce was just a huge mistake.
She says she never wanted to separate and that he needs someone to care for his weak health. But before she can finish her sentence,
another hand pulls him away. Lu Yao shows up with a smug smile, staring Gu Ruyan right in the eyes.
She drops a massive truth bomb. The surgery is canceled because Song-mo was never actually sick. It was all a misdiagnosis.
Lu Yao literally calls her blind for missing her own assistant's betrayal. This part is honestly so satisfying to watch.
She adds that the project funds are safely back with Song-mo. Gu Ruyan is completely devastated as her grip slowly slips away.
Stunned, she asks why he did not tell her, especially after she spent so much time finding specialists for his surgery. Hearing her play the victim, Song-mo finally loses his mind. All his built-up anger explodes right here. He snaps that he should be asking her that. He worked 10 years for a company, only for her to give his shares to Zhou Feng.
He asks if she thought he was a fool. Even if she did not physically cheat, emotional betrayal is still betrayal.
He brings up how she screamed Zhao Feng's name while drunk, telling her straight up how disgusting she is.
he says her eyes never lie about who she truly loves, and now that they are divorced, his life is none of her business.
This completely crushes her. After a tense silence, as he turns to leave, she can only whisper a soft apology. Song-mo pauses for just a second, then takes Lu Yao's arm and walks away. In the car, he finally relaxes. He thanks Lu Yao for playing along, asking if she set up Zhou Feng's betrayal. Lu Yao just smiles, enjoying the payback. She reminds him that he never has to hide his feelings around her, and that she is always waiting for him. He rolls his eyes at her cheesy lines, but honestly, it is exactly what he needed to hear. Sunlight catches the wedding ring on his finger. Nobody knows if they made the right choice, but at least he has his answer.